want to ask me, what is your real name? Well, Iris is my real name. I have it in my passport. But I do have another real name, which is Zheng Xinping. As you can hear, there's actually no connection between the both of them. I'm sure all of you here have a couple of friends like me, having a Western names that doesn't really suit their faces. It all happened like a few decades ago when learning English became a global trend. So when you go to an English class, you must have an English name. If you come to the class without an English name, your teacher will just assign you one. You're George, you're Mary, you're Tom, you're Tina. Simple and fast, just like assigning you a seat. Some people might have their names named after their original name, like some sound and meaning from it. Some people might name themselves after the month they were born. January, February, March. Some people might have some names that is really cute, but probably not so appropriate, like Cherry, Kitty, Angel. I even met a Superman once. True story. So it happens to me as well. I think my English teacher wanted to name me Linda. It's a nice name, but my parents just didn't like it very much. So after probably going through dictionary, they chose Iris. When people grew up and started to dislike the name their teacher gave them when they were a kid, they will want to change it. Since it is not an official name, you can change it whenever you want. You can call Bob today, Charles tomorrow, and Jacob next week. Or Amanda in the morning and Candy at night. But just for fun, not for work. And some people have a work name and a party name. I know a guy who calls himself Eric in the office and Erica when he parties. You know what I mean. So having an English name is just so normal for me until I came to study in Europe. I always explain the reason why I have an English name is because it is very hard to pronounce my Mandarin name. And it's true that some names are so confusing to pronounce from the spelling. I know some people, they were never called up to speak in class because the teacher does just avoid to pronounce that weird names on the list. But when I travel here, I met so many people who has names just as complicated as mine to pronounce. And one of them said to me, I wouldn't just change my name because it is hard for other people to pronounce it. There are a lot of researches and theoretical hypotheses of why some people might have a name aside from their original names. And the conclusions are all pretty complicated, involving some historical context, culture, and even politics. For me, I personally think the reason why I have an English name is because since Mandarin has several tones in our language, it is weird to put it in an alphabetical sentence. For example, instead of saying, hey, I went out with Iris last night, she's pretty cool, try saying, hey, I went out with Zheng Xinping last night, she's pretty cool. It just doesn't sound right? So next time, if you meet a person with an Oriental face and a Western names like me, you will probably know the reasons behind it. And after all, it's just a name. Call me either one of them, I will respond. And if after 5 minutes of talk, you still remember my Mandarin name, you can consider learning the language. You got talent. Thank you.